So, in the world we live in, it can be very controversial to discuss the topic of self love and wanting to be good to yourself and putting yourself first, putting your needs first, and not neglecting yourself because it's so easy to get caught up in the everyday life and all of the chaos and the drama that just comes with, you know, living basically. So, I think when we focus more on loving ourselves, not only is it going to help us mentally, physically, spiritually, all of the above, but it also helps us to establish boundaries. It helps us to establish boundaries. And when we establish our boundaries, we cannot allow people or anything outside of ourselves to take advantage of us, to abuse us, okay? Or simply to cause us some serious harm. Because when we don't know our self-worth, when we don't know how to set boundaries for ourselves, when we don't know how to say no, when we don't know when to pull back at the right time, everything goes wrong. When we discuss the topic of self-love, I think it's really important to understand that when you focus on you, when you focus on your own health, when you focus on your mental well-being, when you focus on your physical well-being, this will help you to completely blossom into the absolute version of your best self. Okay? And when, like I said in a previous video, when we show up as our best selves, not only are we able to feel better about ourselves, of course, but we're able to perform better for those that we love, for our family, our friends, in our work environments, in our social lives, etc. When we don't know our self-worth, it makes us more vulnerable. People taking advantage of us, people taking advantage of us, for us being abused, and even taken for granted. Because if you don't know your self-worth, the people around you don't know your worth. Well, even if they do, actually. That's not always true. Even if they do see your worth, they know that you don't know your worth. And when you don't know your worth, people will play on it-ish, okay? And we don't want that for you, all right? That childlike faith is just fearless. It's very ambitious. It's very go-getter. It's like, look, I have an idea. There's something I want. There's something that I'm interested in. I'm going to go do it. I want it right now. I want it right now. I'm going to make this happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen one way or the other. And if I can't figure it out, I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to ask for someone to assist me in getting it done, whatever it is that I want to get done. So, didn't mean to go too far off, but I think that is so important because when, as a kid, you just know that you're special. Like I said before, you just know what you want. You know that life has so much to offer, and you don't think twice about what it is that you're capable of. Okay, so I think that is something that we very much need to consider practicing, that we need to tap back into as adults, because we lose sight of the greater picture because we're so distracted. And there's so many things that are being put into place every single day in front of us that are complete distractions, okay? And we need to get back to it. So the last part I wanted to touch on, and I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit more a little later, but something that we all, men, women, young, old, doesn't matter, something that we all need to be focusing on is our actual self-care. When I say self-care, I mean like literally taking care of you. You got to take care of your body. You have to take care of your mind. You have to take care of your spirit. Okay? And this all plays a huge part in loving yourself and prioritizing yourself. Because think about how many hours we put in on a daily, taking care of everybody else, taking care of everybody else, looking out for everyone else, and not taking care of us. That's a problem. That is a serious problem. And we live in a society where it's been so normalized to accept the idea that letting ourselves go completely, or just making constant excuses that we don't have the time, when we clearly can make time. We make time for what the heck we want to make time for. We make time to watch TV. We make time to be on social media. We make time to be on the phone. We make time to gossip. We make time to put other people down. Okay? We make time to support who we want to support. But we don't make enough time to support ourselves. People literally will question you for taking care of yourself. People will question why you want to get dressed up, why you putting on makeup, why you getting your hair done, why you putting on a new outfit, okay? Why you bought a new bag, okay? Why or who is it that you're trying to impress in, doing all these great things for yourself? And not even just that. People are also questioning why you're making healthier decisions for yourself, especially as it pertains to physical health, okay? Not to go too off subject, but I think it's really crazy. It's really crazy. It's very wild to know that so many people have normalized the idea that being in the worst condition that you could possibly be in should be normalized. And this is a problem. It's a serious problem. It's a serious freaking problem. And I'm loving that so many people are becoming more open about their self-love journey. So many more people are open to learning how to take better care of themselves and are not ashamed to ask for help, are not ashamed to ask for tips, are not ashamed to ask for guidance. And I for one, don't want you to feel ashamed or guilty forever reaching out and asking for help. If there's something you simply just don't know and you have to reach out to a professional or an expert, a friend of a friend, whoever, find out what it is you need to find out to get the information that you need to take care of yourself. Because who else is going to take care of you the way you're going to take care of you? Nobody. People start to show that they have an issue with you taking care of you and you wanting to show up as your best self, then honey, they gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get up out of here immediately. Because in 2025 and beyond, we're not playing around. Okay? You should not be playing around when it comes to your mental and your physical well-being, and spiritual as well. Absolutely. You should not be playing around with anybody, and you shouldn't be letting anybody playing with you. You should not be allowing anyone to play with you. Like I said before, we need to understand the value that lies within. And a lot of people these days especially are constantly looking for somebody to validate them, constantly looking for somebody to tell them, I love you, and constantly looking for someone to make us feel special. In the future, we're going to get more into more detail when it comes to focusing on our mental, physical, and even spiritual health. Okay, that's something I'm definitely gonna have to break down, because we are now moving into a time period where it is crucial. It is crucial for you to know and understand yourself, what it is that you were put into this world to accomplish, okay? And what sort of purpose that you are serving that will also help the people around you and those that you meet on your journey, okay? So I don't want you to give up. Please do not give up on yourself. And if I can be very transparent with you, it's taken me a lot to really get on camera, get dressed, do makeup, and to get on here and to share with you how to love yourself. Because as I'm sharing this with you, I'm also applying this to my own life. I have to focus more on loving me in areas where at some point in life, I completely neglected myself, or I was also taking care of everybody else and not taking care of me. I would prioritize everyone else's needs above my own. And I can say that alone will never do you any good. All right? So let's learn from our mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. Don't continue to beat yourself up about any past mistakes. Don't continue to beat yourself up about any regrets. Because as we continue to live in regret, we're still focused on the past. And when we're focused on the past, our past selves, we can't focus on our future self. So we got to live in the now, focus on what we can change, okay? And become excited for what is all to come, all right? So I hope that you found this information and these tips very useful, very helpful. And please be sure to share this video with the people that you love and care about, okay? All right, my dear. So until we meet again, I hope that you will go and love on yourself on social media, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Don't worry about what everybody else around you has going on. Okay? Take care of yourself. All right? I love you. And I hope you are going to be great until we speak again. Okay? All right.